we'll just.
Welcome to the Weasel. Welcome to the Weasel. Whip out your dicks and shove them in your ass. Welcome to the Weasel with Mican and Jonah.
Hello, my friend. How the fuck are you doing?
Hello, dude. I'm great, man. How are you going? All
Good,
right?
buddy. Yeah, you look. We're doing a nice Monday morning podcast. You're in the woods, which
I'm in
is
the
nice.
woods. There's a lot of woods behind me. Can you see the woods? It's a nice
Yeah,
woods.
yeah,
It's a good
yeah, dude.
woods.
It actually looks very peaceful where you're at right now. This is where you've been spending your time.
It is, yes. I've been spending a lot of time in the woods on my uncle's property. Um, it's beautiful. It's pristine out here, man. I feel like every day I get a little bit closer to Sasquatch, whether I
Mm.
am him or I find him.
Yeah,
One or the other.
didn't you attend a? I know you mentioned it to me briefly, but you attended a Sasquatch festival.
Yes. So we attended a Sasquatch festival, and we attended a the day before we went to a. It
Sasquatch
was
orgy.
it was a no. I wish that would have been fucking sick. No, it was a Sasquatch expert talk.
Oh.
Right. So interesting for sure. I don't know. For anybody that doesn't know much about Sasquatch, he's a cryptid, so nobody's sure if he's real or not, right? But there are some people that are very sure he's real. So, and those people often consider themselves experts, which fair, whatever,
To be an expert, wouldn't you have to, I don't know, spend some time studying this creature?
Oh, they spend a lot of time studying this creature. Thousands of hours spent in the woods finding his houses, his see, and that's the thing, right? So one of these experts, what they do is they spend a lot of time finding footprints, which most people are familiar with. They do the plaster casts, and it always kind of resembles roughly a foot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but then also, what I didn't realize they found is they would go out into the woods where weird shit happens, I guess, and they would find these. They find these big teepee things, right? Built out of like trees and stuff, but all the trees are ripped out of the ground or limbs are snapped off. None of them are cut, right? And so these big like shelter things, right? But it's not for the men Bigfoot. And it's crazy to think the kind of jokes that people will say to like a crowd full of people. And there was a lot of women at this. It was a lot of because it was a benefit function and auction, right? So the Glide Sasquatch Festival, right? This is the second
Mm-hmm.
year it's happened. It's the first year they've done a benefit dinner. The benefit dinner goes to supporting the funds of the function itself, so they can continue having it. Because actually, it's explosive. It's explosive for my hometown of Glide, which when I was last here seemed like it was getting smaller and dying, but it's not. It's growing. They had 5,000 people at this event, the Sasquatch
Mm.
Festival in Glide, so huge. But a lot of the businesses that were supporting this are like nurses' offices and stuff, because that's a lot of the business here in Roseburg and the surrounding area. It's a lot of
It's just
hospitals, nurses,
keeping
things.
people alive, like 0% like entertaining anybody or like something to do.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah,
like, look at the woods and stay alive, and
right.
that's our business.
You see that tree over there? When you die, we're going to turn you into a tree, just like all the rest of the trees. There's all people that we didn't keep alive.
Well, dude, isn't we're already getting off topic, but isn't Oregon? I think it's like one. It might be the only state that has assisted suicide. People go to Oregon to be like, I'm ready to die, but my fucking dickhead doctor in like Ohio won't kill me,
Right.
but in Oregon will kill you.
Well, yeah, it's one of the few states. I think Washington probably has it as well. But don't quote me on that because I'm not a smart man, Jenny. Uh,
Mm.
but I do know that it is something that was hotly contested here for a long time. Like, people did not want assisted suicide here. So,
Why not?
it's, well, I don't know, man. It's a pretty complicated issue. You think about the freedom to end your own life, but and dude, man, I got so many fucking conspiracy theories about why they were pushing for it not to be legalized. But I think it's a matter of free will, right? If you're terminal and you're going to die, and you want to go out on your own terms, I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't think you should have to go through like the crazy trauma of like buying a gun and shooting yourself or hanging yourself because you've got cancer. I reckon you should be able to just get an injection and go to sleep. That being said, though, oh, hey, honey. Sorry, 1 second. Tangent. Hey, honey, could you bring me the can koozie for my camera stand? Because I did myself a mischief. I put my camera on my water bottle. Is that okay? Hey. Just the koozie will be fine, yeah. Thank you, my love. I love you so much. She's fantastic, guys.
And that's on record.
That's on record. It's true. It is true. Yeah.
I feel similarly to the assisted suicide thing as I do about abortion. It's kind of like you should probably, the only people that should be able to vote on that are like people it directly affects. So like if you're having like an assisted, and maybe not as much with abortion, like I feel like I feel like women's vote should weigh more heavily. Think of it like a 3/5 compromise type deal.
Right. You get 1.5 vote, and these dickheads only get 0.75 vote.
Yeah. That's
right. It's an interesting concept for sure. I mean, and I'm not against it by any means. I think you're right. Like, the amount abortion affects men is fairly minimal. I mean, there's certain situations, I'm sure, where a guy's just really excited to have this kid, and the woman maybe does it out of spite. I don't know. I'm sure that situation exists. Just like clowns, sometimes fuck each other. That's a situation that exists every once in a while. So,
clowns do fuck for sure.
Fucking, dude.
But like that's what I'm saying is that for the most part, abortion's an issue that is like a women's health thing. I get it, yeah.
So, but see, for in the case of assisted suicide, thank you, my love. I love you so much. In the case of assisted suicide, do we then only let old people that are terminal and anybody with a terminal cancer vote on it, or?
I think you got to be above a certain age. Yeah, you either have to be terminal or above 65 before you can vote on this issue.
What about people that just have like a? Hey guys, what about people that just have like a like they have cancer, right? It's not terminal yet, but it could be soon. Who knows? What about them? Do they get like a? Are we like matrixing the value of the votes?
I think you're getting a bit into semantics. I'm sure we could hash these things out in a governing body. That takes way too long, and nothing will ever actually get accomplished or passed. And while neglecting other potential beneficial laws and re-ups for funding on other things, we could do that. But in the interest of efficiency, I'm just going to say if you're old or dying, you should be able to vote on if you should be able to kill yourself or not with the help of a medical professional.
I agree with that. I think you're right. I think that's sorted now. That's sorted. We've got the plan. We'll put it into place, and then through a series of long processes that you're right are inefficient and take way too long. Sorted, dude.
Fucking sorted, bro.
Fucking sorted, man. Nice, dude. We're so good at this, bro.
But sorry, back to the fucking Sasquatch festival.
Yeah, right.
yeah. I want to know. Tell me more about Sasquatch. Tell me more about your experience. attending this festival?
Okay, so we did the expert talk, and dude, I purely took a bunch of notes. So if anything you want to know about Sasquatch, I
Fuck
can
yeah.
tell you. But I'll just run through like the quick like summary, right? So we go to the thing. The first guy was interesting. He's just a local dude. He made a period joke that landed fairly flat on this room full of female nurses.
Oof.
Yeah, big oof.
Can you say the joke?
No, I can't even really remember the joke. I remember the context because he was talking about these fucking. So he found one of these teepees, right? And he's like, you know what I think it is? Women, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's a den for that time of the month to keep the other male Sasquatches away from her, right? And I'm like, come on, bro. What evidence? There was no evidence of that. I mean, like
Well,
there's no
evidence.
evidence of any Sasquatch being involved with that TP anyway. But, it's just, oh man, it landed so flat and the women were not impressed.
I mean, I think if it was funny, it would, ha ha ha.
Oh, yeah,
But it
man.
just wasn't very funny. That's the bitch of trying to make like an edgy joke is if it's not funny, then you just sound like a douche.
Yeah, you got to work on that shit, man. You gotta run it through a bunch of people, and hey, maybe that's what he was doing, dude. Maybe he was just
Yeah, he's out there testing his
know,
tight five,
Yeah, he's working on it, man, and that's what it is. It's work. It's hard work,
Uh-huh.
but did not fall very well on this room full of nurses and their partners,
Sure.
amongst other people. So, actually, at our table it was pretty cool. We met these two ladies. They were non-identical twin sisters. They were super into Bigfoot and super into horses, and I got to hear their entire life story. That was pretty cool.
Wow, those chicks definitely just want to be fucking like hee-hawed down by some beast dick.
Oh, they were quite old. Yeah, they were quite old. So they've already been hee-hawed by the beast dick many times. And by beast, it could be Bigfoot or horse. I'm not sure. They were really into horses. So,
I think I'm just spitballing here, but if we could get one on either end, I think that's the ideal stage for those ladies.
what a Sasquatch on either end, or one on either end of the Sasquatch.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Working in, I was thinking Sasquatch on one end, horse on the other end.
Oh, right, yeah.
But then that kind of excludes
one of the
excludes
girls.
one of them. Yeah.
I mean, you can get two horses easy. Finding
Two
two
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch is going to be a little bit difficult, man. I mean, it's not easy out in these streets of the woods trying to find two Sasquatches. You know what I mean?
one
the audacity
Sasquatch
that you even suggest. You know?
One Sasquatch is proving difficult in itself. Two, I'm just asking for a lot, you know.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? You gonna feed two Sasquatches? You gonna fucking bed two Sasquatches? I mean, there's a lot of logistics involved, and then it's just I don't think you've really thought it out. So shame on you.
And by the way, shame on me for assuming that these Sasquatches would consent to fuck these old women.
You're right, man.
He's probably not into that, you know.
He's probably got like a hot Sasquatch wife at home, Yeah. And you're suggesting that he wants to have sex with these two human women? Come on.
Yeah, he's just a monster that's willing to betray the trust of his beloved.
He could be gay. He might not even like chicks.
Damn, maybe he's fucking the horse.
Maybe he's fucking the horse, man. Maybe he's being fucked by the horse. Who are we to know? We don't. And until we find him, which we will, we won't know for sure. So then, yeah, that was interesting. But they supplied dinner, so it ended up being like almost $200. But they supplied dinner, so that was pretty cool.
What a weird way to put that. They supplied dinner.
They supplied. They gave us
served dinner.
Well, no, it was a buffet, so you just got your plate and you went around and you got your dinner right yourself. But that was pretty cool. It was really nice, and the servers were really cool. So, and then we were gonna put some money in the auction to try to win some things. It's like one of those silent auctions where you hit the QR code and stuff. And we realized it's a massive, and I mean massive, data laundering scheme, right? Because they just to put a silent auction bed in, right? You've got to put your full name, your date of birth, your credit card numbers, your fucking social security number, your driver's license number, your address, and all this crazy stuff. And it was just for like this glide restoration thing, you know. And instead of doing like you put your phone number on the back of a bunch of raffle tickets and put them in there, or you keep the matching tickets as well, you know, that works so much better, I think, for silent auctions. But the way they did it just seemed really, I mean, it's modern, right? You use QR codes and nobody has to have to buy raffle tickets, and you just set it up. But you know, I've had my information stolen by enough cunts to care about silent auction shit that I'm not going to win, because there's all these like high rolling cowboy boys.
They're just
Cowboys.
buying fucking 50, like 500 tickets, and they're like,
yeah, you know those guys that they just rock in with spurs on their boots that are clean as well, you know, and like ching ching. Oh, here's fucking $700 for this $50 first aid kit. Boom. It's like, oh well, I could just probably buy the first aid kit for $75 somewhere else and get it nice.
It's about charity, bro.
I'm not that
Shame
charitable,
on
man.
you.
Not that charitable. I already donate to charity, okay? So I did 4 years of charity, all right? I did 4 years of deadly charity to the United States. So I'm not giving to nobody else. That's not true. I definitely don't consider the military that at all.
A deadly charity?
A deadly charity. No, that's pretentious as fuck. So anyway, we went to that. That was really cool. And then the next day we went to this festival in Glide. Now, in Glide, it's really a one-street town, man. We've got the Highway 138 drive straight through town for like 2 miles, not even 2 miles, maybe a mile and a half in length, right? Just straight, you know? And it's a really small town, and it's at the end of it, you cross the river, you go over this green bridge. It's like one of those green suspension bridges. Really cool. It's old as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the festival's just right on the other side, right? It's right over the river, and then at this big pasture that this guy loaned out to the organization or whatever, right, for the festival. But they're doing some kind of work to the bridge, and it's got those automatic traffic lights on, and it's one lane. So you imagine 5,000 people showing up to this fucking festival across the river, and you've also got traffic coming down because it's on a Saturday. You've got everybody going up to the mountains to go upriver to go camping. You've got everybody that's up in there trying to come down to Glide to get supplies. Wild, man. Traffic was fucking. It's one lane on either side the highway through the town. It's a small road, so like you can't go around anybody if you're trying to turn off or anything. And yeah, it was crazy. But
So yeah, how much time did you spend? You're like, I'm excited for this Sasquatch festival, and then you're like, get in the car, honey, let's go, and then you're just like bumper to bumper for like 2 hours. You missed the festival.
No, see, so it was from noon to 9 p.m., right? And I'm like, let's get there for 12:30. And Curly's like, yeah, that's a good idea. And it was a really good idea, man, because it's the hottest part of the day, I think. So people are like, fuck that, man. We're not going to go there at noon or noon 30. That's hot as fuck, you know? And so when we got there, we were only in traffic for probably 15 minutes, tops. You know, it sucked, but we had some music and the aircon in that car works. Hi, cat. Hello. There's a lot of animals out here.
Yeah, I've seen a few now.
Yeah, you want to see the cat, dude? She's cute as fuck. Oh,
I do like cat.
That's a white cat. Anyway, and so, we only were stuck in traffic for 15 minutes. Went to the festival. You know, it was pretty cool. Like, they had live music, and it was bad. It was really, really bad.
Hell yeah.
It was funny as fuck to listen to. We got some taco bowls, like taco rice meat bowls. So those are pretty nice. But the tortilla that they deep fried was like fucking greasy as balls, man. It was nasty. It was rough. Yeah.
Just like a regular festival, then, is what I'm imagining. A carnival of sorts.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh yeah.
but
Ex-
Sasquatch themed. Like were people in dress?
there was some people dressed up as Sasquatch. They did a live chainsaw carving. So like the guy was out there cutting a
Oh,
log with a chainsaw, and he made Sasquatch.
oh,
Okay,
that's
cat.
pretty cool.
That's
Is your cat?
all right. You're clawing my leg. Go on. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. There was that. All these stands had just Sasquatch stuff as far as the eye could see, dude. It was so cool, man. I got a bunch of stickers.
Is Glide known for? I mean, like, I don't know much about Sasquatch, but if you gave me a map and you're like point to where Sasquatch might live, I'd probably point to like bumfuck Oregon, which is exactly where you are and where this festival was taking place. Correct?
Right. Yeah. The middle of bumfuck Oregon, like the mountains of Oregon.
Uh
Like
huh.
the Cascade Range. We're just in the foothills of that massive mountain range, and we're just, fucking around. See, I like Oregon because it's like especially where I live, which is like Roseburg to Glide to and then mountains, right? So in Roseburg, it's all the valley, right? The whole valley is where the city is, and then just around it is like all these hills, and it's called an oak Sahara.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's like really dry and arid, but it has all these oak trees around. It's not doesn't stay cool like in a conifer forest, but it's like this real dry, arid, like foothills around Roseburg, right? And that's actually been spreading. That's been getting bigger. So the area that's then it goes from that to quite a bit of farmland and hills, and then as you go up further, it goes just like that. You cross over the bridge, you cross over the second bridge, and now you're in the hills, you're in the mountains, and you're just driving through fucking like what we were driving through in Colorado, except way more fucking trees. You can't hardly see. And you get up to some of these points on the road and you look out, man, where there's no road, there's no anything. It's just woods.
So it probably makes sense if like if I was Sasquatch, I'd probably go to a densely populated wooded area, away from the people, away from the roads. They can't get to me. And then I'm guessing this is where some of the myth comes from of like yeah, there's a lot of fucking woods out there, really big, can't see shit.
Yeah.
He's out there.
Yeah. Oh, sure. I mean, and if you like, you're right. That's exactly where you would hide. You would go to a place where, it's a good climate for you. And that was actually one of the things is there was an anthropologist at this thing who that's where Curly got all her notes was. This anthropologist is going through like, there's been a bunch of studies that, compare Bigfoot sightings to black bear sightings, right? Because when they've done like some mathematical shit, they've determined that there's probably around 1,200 Sasquatches in Oregon, right?
What?
Just in Oregon, 1,200. That's it.
So
right?
finding two is not that difficult to fuck those ladies, dude.
Well, it is, man, because 1,200 Sasquatches spread over thousands of hectares of just densely wooded land. You can't fly
hectare?
drones over it. You can't really do you can't do like thermal imaging through the trees. It's like a canopy, bro.
Just say
places-
acre, you fucking. What is wrong with you?
Hectares are bigger than an acre, and that's what I'm saying that to prove a point, which is you're not going to find them, and you're not going to find two. Maybe
I
one,
reckon,
dude. You might find one, dude.
bro. I think if there's 1,200, there's not 1,200,
Right.
dude. Someone would have found one by now.
Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know.
You know what I would do though, if I was, a well-resourced dickhead in Oregon, I would just go out and start making dens, dude. Just randomly in the woods. I would just start fucking with scientists or
Right.
those or hikers or anthropologists or whatever. Just go some bumfuck place, make a den,
Yeah.
then just make a bunch of them all around.
Well,
so people stumble across them every once in
dude,
a while.
That's exactly what me and Kira Lee said. We're like, because they're pulling all these pictures out. I mean, they've found a bunch of these things, right? All these dens, quote unquote. Okay, come on now. You're not going to be clawing my. All right. Go on. Shoo. Go lay down someplace. You know, they're finding all these like den TP things and stuff. And I'm like, isn't that like that's like what me and my buddies used to make in the woods behind his house, right? And we weren't allowed to use the saws, you know, because we're just kids. So of course we snapped all the branches off and made a teepee, right? You know, because that's all you can do. So of course, dude, there's teenagers out there like, you know what would be fucking mint, dude? Let's make a bunch of teepees. And we're going to make some Bigfoot prints, and we'll even leave like a Bigfoot condom out and maybe like a Bigfoot bong, and we'll start fucking with these scientists. They're going to think that Bigfoots have evolved so fast. It's going to be good. One of the things that they used as evidence, right, was this guy, he went out and he had a pile of rocks, like he did a rock stack, you know? And then he'd leave it overnight.
What's it called? It's called like a cairn or a cairn.
A cairn, a can.
It's like essentially just like a stack of progressively bigger or smaller rocks into an unnatural formation.
Right, something that doesn't happen in nature. Right, it's impossible for it to be stacked like that just naturally. So it's got to be done by some kind of intelligent being that's stacking them. Right. So, and it's not that impressive, you know. I've known some monkeys that were able to stack that shit. Not crazy, right? But the evidence that he was using is that he would stack it, and then he'd come back the next day, and some of the rocks would be taken off.
Huh. Well,
Bigfoot.
maybe something fell.
Bigfoot, dude. No, because he would do it again, and then it was the same. And then he would do it again, and it was the same. A couple of more rocks would come off. Listen, I agree with you. I personally didn't think the guy had any good evidence for Bigfoot. The anthropologist was really interesting to talk to listen to because he had now and listen, he even opened up with this. This is all theoretical. Like if Bigfoot was real, this is what I kind of suggest he would be like based off of his size, animal type. Sexual like what's it called, like the sexual organization, you know, like how certain ape primates have different like setups. So like gorillas, for example, they have one male and he's got a harem of females that he has access to at all times, whereas certain types of orangutans, they have what's called, actually I think that one was written down. It is called. It doesn't say what it's called. Essentially, it has one male, and that male has a radius of territory. Okay, and then within that territory, there's certain females, and that's how he finds his mating. His mates is that he roams his territory and finds the females within that territory, as opposed to gorillas that have. A harem, right? Now, the way he got to that idea, though, is crazy, right? So, have you ever seen a picture of Sasquatch, like one of the videos or a picture or anything, where you saw either the Sasquatch's cock or the Sasquatch's vag?
No, I can confidently say I've never seen a Sasquatch cock nor vag.
Neither have I. Now, and that's pretty consistent with most of the footage, quote unquote, that's caught from or of Sasquatches, okay, or Bigfoots.
Are they just like Ken dolls, dude? They don't have.
No. So this is where it gets weird. Is like so one thing anthropologists do with monkeys is there's like a brain to genital ratio. Right? So gorillas have a big brain to small dick ratio because they don't have any what's it called? Did she write it down? Sexual proclivities. No, she didn't. It's like
Some fucking great notes she took, dude.
I know
Huh?
it's like when you have like your genitals become inflamed and large, right? Especially during mating. So like gorillas don't really have that. They've got a small, or yeah, they've
That's
got
like
small to big brain ratio, right?
okay.
So engorged. That's the word I'm trying to think of. Is they
Yeah,
become engorged. Okay.
yeah. Okay.
And so these orangutans also have the same. They have a large brain to small engorgement level ratio, right? Now, animals that don't, like these certain types of monkeys, they have like their brain to dick ratio is crazy because like when they, especially during mating season, both the males and the females' sexual parts become massively engorged, right? The cock just becomes this fucking like gnarled sausage that's hanging out because that's how he attracts the females, and the women have these like giant monkey pussy flaps that are like
That are
fucking,
just like fucking
they're like
giant red like
yeah
cum
man
fuck.
yeah, it's like a fucking like a sail's been pulled out, like lifted up on a ship, just whoof, and it's just
Yeah.
engorged vag.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how he came to figure out that this is how Sasquatches mate, right? So Sasquatches would have to mate based off of like the theoretical idea that they don't have they don't have any engorgement, and they don't have the brain, the brain to conch ratio kind of thing, right? And then also something about their jaws, the way their jaws are set up, so you can kind of map out how large their brain actually is. Fuck off, B. Get out of here. So then they map out what, based off of the size and the food requirements of what they assume it would be because of the Sasquatch. They determined like the radius in which a male Sasquatch would have as his territory, and then a rough estimate, and then and that's where they based it off of black bears, because black bears do the same thing. And to be honest, dude, like there's the same number of black bears, right? Roundabouts the same, maybe more, and people almost never see black bears here because they're solitary, and they live in the same and mate in the same way.
Yeah, but like you do see black bears. Like you see zero Sasquatch.
Well, that's not true. People do see Sasquatch.
Let me
I
let
mean,
me see.
you
let
can
me see
say,
a good photo of Sasquatch.
hey man, there's photos. This guy had a photo, right, and it's just of this woods, okay, and he's like, you see the Sasquatch? And everybody's just like, nah, man. And he's like, all right, watch this, and he zooms in, dude, and it zooms in on this picture, this digital photo, right, and this is how I know it was fucked. It zooms in, and then like it zooms into like this space between 3 leaves in the background, right? And then there's kind of a face of 2 Sasquatches, right? But then he draws them on with MS Paint so we can all see him, right? But he zoomed in on the picture so far that you almost started to see it being pixelated, but the faces of the Bigfoots weren't pixelated in the same rate as the rest of the photo. So I knew it was fucked. I knew that was fake. But yeah, people see it, man.
I mean,
Dude.
regardless though, like, still fun, dude. It's still like if I'm gonna attend a Sasquatch festival, I want some kooky guys photoshopping shit.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck
yeah. If I'm gonna get fucked up and attend a Sasquatch festival, do some mushrooms, go into the woods, fucking rip a tree out of the ground.
Fuck yeah.
Make love to my either myself or my missus in a teepee while she's on her period. Like take the blood and do like one of those like Wilson from Castaway kind
Wilson!
of. Yeah, my own face.
A face print on your face.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit that I want at a Sasquatch festival.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, man. Like, listen, I'm a believer. I believe Sasquatch is out there. I don't think this is where I differ, right? Is I don't think that Sasquatch is a nuts and bolts thing. I think Sasquatch is more of a supernatural cryptid, right? Similar to how aliens are. I think he's out there. I don't think we see him because he doesn't want to be seen. And he's got other methods other than just hiding in the woods to stay away from us. But that's just my opinion. I have listened to many a podcast about it. And listen, not all of them are the best at all. Some of them are shit. But always interesting. And you're right. Like the Bigfoot Festival, once in a lifetime thing, unless we come back at the exact same time of year every time. But, it was cool, man. Like I got heaps of stickers. Yeah, it was a blast. Had a really good time. And then, dude, so when we were driving out, right, we had to wait at the bridge for another 10 minutes just to get out because it was heavy on the other side.
The traffic, yes.
When we drove out, dude, that whole mile and a half of town was gridlocked. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Hey, bro. There you are.
What happened?
I don't know. You just froze for a sec.
Oh, you froze for a sec too. Weird. Okay.
I don't know. Keep on keeping on, brother.
That whole mile and a half of town was gridlocked when we left. So it was wild. It was fucked. So it was really heavy traffic.
Yeah. Yeah. What is water bottle culture?
So when we were in Denver, right, and like obviously everywhere in Denver is just you're constantly drinking water. You know, you have to, right? Because it's so fucking like dry there. You just get dehydrated. The elevation's so high, you dehydrate really fast.
Yeah, you're actually making me thirsty just talking about it.
You got to stay hydrated, baby. Another thing that Kira Lee noticed, and I didn't notice it as much, is that in Denver, and more so in Oregon, but Denver as well, that everybody has a water bottle. Everybody has the stainless steel one to just, because it keeps it colder longer. It's better for the environment because you're not wasting plastic on nothing. At least I'm not. You're not. And it's more convenient because it's got a carry handle, and you can hold as much as you want in there, and it's durable. You don't have to worry about it breaking, And then they also, Kira Lee notices, is that a lot of people have stickers all over their water bottles, which is fucking awesome, right? They don't have that in Australia.
Like everybody's just like, here's a plastic bottle of water. Yep. Throw it out your car door whenever you're done with it. Thanks.
If people drink water at all, man. Most people drink energy drinks and was it like a cold coffee, like
cold brew,
like cold brew, but it's like what do they call it? It's called Dare coffees, and they're like it's like a bottle of, it's like chocolate milk but coffee flavored, right? And it's got heaps of caffeine and sugar, and it's fucking bizarre. But people drink a lot of that.
Are people just dying, dude?
Sometimes, yeah, dude.
A lot of death.
I think Australians have evolved to drink coffee, energy drinks, and beer, and that's it. They don't have to drink as much water. But people are always dehydrated as well. You talk to them, everybody feels like shit. Oh, yeah, I feel like shit. Oh, I found out I've got stomach ulcers. Oh, as they're chain smoking. Oh, my lungs just don't feel like they used to. Like, dude, fucking maybe slow down. Just slow down a little bit,
Yeah,
So
yeah, you're right. As far as like water bottle culture is concerned, it is a. I think the water bottle thing is a byproduct of the culture here. Of like, it's more active. And like, even if you're not active, you just see so many people that are like, talking about going for a hike or. I went on this hike, or like my friend did this hike. We should do this hike. And like water is pretty essential for if you are working out in any capacity.
right.
So yeah, I think it has just bled into the economics and the culture here.
Right.
Of you need a fucking water bottle. Everybody needs a water bottle. I personally have a big fucking water bottle.
You have a
because I like to
massive
be
water bottle.
hydrated, dude. I like to be hydrated. Like there's nothing in your life that's gonna be better if you are dehydrated. Like if you're hydrated, you're gonna have a better time doing literally everything in your life.
Right.
So I think, dude, I kind of like the water bottle culture. You know, everybody has their fucking water bottle. Like, we're not all fucking like I never and like I take it with me everywhere for in the sense of I need water all the time. So
Right.
I'm gonna take it with me everywhere.
I agree with you, dude. I think water bottle culture is fucking sick, bro. Which is why me and Kiralee went and got water bottles.
Nice, dude. You already have stickers on them.
I got a bunch of Sasquatch stickers on it, dude. That I got at the festival, dude. I've got one that says Bigfoot is real and he tried to eat my ass.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking dope shit. I also bought art from there, from a up-and-coming artist who's 16.
Oh. A painting or a sculpture, a woodworker? What kind of art was it? What was the medium?
He does spray paint on canvas. So he layers a bunch of spray paint on canvas and makes like galaxies and stencils of like Bigfoot feet that he did just for the festival, but he's got a whole heap of stuff. So I bought one of those from him. Really cool kid, man. Super awesome, nice. Interested about art, and when I asked him questions about stuff, he kind of started to come out of his shell a little bit and tell me about things, which I thought was really cool. And it was cool for him because he sold a piece of art to Australians, and so he's gonna have that's his first piece that's gone international, right? So he was excited about that. But yeah,
that is cool.
I think you're right, and me and Kiralee are gonna really push for water bottle culture in Australia. We're gonna start the fad. We've got our bottles, we've got our stickers, dude. We're just gonna start getting stickers everywhere we go. You know, whenever we stop someplace, get a sticker and slap it on there, dude. It's our travel bottle, you know.
Yeah, don't forget to like shame other people when you see them like drinking an energy drink or something. Be like, oh, that sludge. Is that what your body needs to operate the best it can? That really, dude? And then you just take a big swig out of your sticker-covered water bottle.
Yeah. Just. Oh, that was fresh, man. Oh, man, I feel so hydrated and ready to tackle whatever's coming in my day because I'm hydrated.
Yeah, it turns out it's just Chardonnay in your water bottle.
Brute champagne. They're actually we spent a little bit. We splurged. We got $40 bottles. We got Yetis, and they've got this sick top on them, dude. Look at that shit. Look at that wide mouth.
That's the wide
awesome.
mouth.
It's awesome. And then it's got the second lid come off where you can put it's like the whole bottle's with, so you can put like ice cubes and stuff in it easy. Nice bottles, man. Really, really happy with my purchase. So, yeah, I think water bottle culture is gonna take off, man. I don't see it not. So, you know, maybe we partner with Yeti and make some Weasel water bottles. They're all purple and black.
Yeah, I'll give them a call. I think I can facilitate this. Yeah.
Sweet. Cool
They're
beans,
like,
dude.
they're like, oh yeah, you want a partner? Sweet. Well, how about you give us $2,000 and we'll think about it. And I'll be like, what a deal.
Sounds like a great deal, bro.
Shake my hand.
Shake my hand. Give me your Oh yeah, we give them $2,000.
We give them $2,000 for them to consider us.
Wow, that's fucked, dude. Are you taking that deal?
I mean, it'd be a pretty cool water bottle, you know. So
would be a cool water bottle.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. I wish that back to your art guy. Are you artistically inclined in any medium?
Like, can I do art in any medium? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I mean, I like to think that I'm a bit of a wordsmith. You know, this podcast is kind of like a creative outlet for me, I think. Although, you know, not always.
So, yeah, I was like, oh, what a wordsmith you are, dude. Yeah.
I do word good.
Yeah, talk to me about the traffic in Oregon one more time.
It was long as shit, bro. It was crazy. It was magnificently extended through the small home that I call home.
Yeah, that's interesting, and that's probably the only form that I would also say that I'm creative is either like writing or through conversation.
Mm,
I find ideas, and I like to think that I can find an interesting way to express them a lot of times, and the ability to like riff off of somebody else's mind and their
right.
ideas, and we collaborate in real time. I do think is a form of art, but fuck, can't put that on a wall, you know? Like can't display that in a home.
uh, no, no, you can't. All we can do with that is display that on the internet, public forum of the internet, which isn't the greatest place to put anything, um, especially like that, because something that happens when you riff off other people is you say dumb shit sometimes. I mean, I say dumb shit all the time,
A
and
lot of times, certainly.
big dumb most of the time. So, but you're right. You can't put that on a wall, which is kind of a bummer. I suppose art for art's sake, it doesn't have to look good. It just is what it is because you created it, and that's why you should like it. I know for
But I
people that are
don't, dude.
perfectionists, yeah, they
Like
don't.
I've painted before, and I'm like, this looks like dog shit,
Right,
and I don't, and like this doesn't inspire me. I'm not wowed by the artist's vision. It was me. It was me. I fucking
right.
painted something. I drew something and then I painted it. I don't know. I stayed in the line. Whatever. Um,
Maybe that's where you went wrong. Maybe you went
what?
too rigid with your art, man, and maybe you stayed within the lines too much that you weren't properly able to express what you were feeling at the moment. Maybe you don't
No,
feel in the
that's not
lines.
it. I don't have the ability to take my mind's eye and translate it onto a canvas. And
Right.
I wish I did. And like I wish through that I could like pump up some amount of creativity as well.
Right.
Um, but I don't have that. Um, but I'm really interested when people do have that.
Mm. I don't think. Sorry. I think you do have that.
Hold on 1 second, buddy.
Okay.
Sorry, I fucking warm in here, dude.
Oh.
What do you think I have?
Well, I think
Tell
I
me
think
about
you
me.
have I think you have the capacity to create something really beautiful, personally. But I
Mm,
think for you to enjoy that, it has to be a certain like at the moment it has to be a certain level of quality before you'll accept it as beautiful. And I think that is a serious hang up in your creative process.
certainly.
Mm. I think worrying about how things will turn out ultimately uh, can lead to them not turning out in a way that makes you feel satisfied in a satisfying manner. And this podcast is a great example, right? Some of our best episodes are when we just came together. There's almost zero like planning involved, and we just had a fucking real good day of recording. Everything worked out perfect and fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes when some of our worst podcasts are when we've been trying too hard, you know. Not that we shouldn't try. I think trying, obviously you have to put effort into things. You have to prepare for things to get better. You have to analyze the way you're doing it and listen back to yourself, just like you would when you're painting or writing anything. You read back or you look back on it and you look back at your other stuff and you see how you've progressed. But part of the thing is that you have to keep doing it to progress. And if you
Mm-hmm.
get hung up on the details of, oh, well, I stayed within the lines and it still looks like shit. Well, I'm not going to fucking paint anymore because that's bullshit. Oh, I fucking hate it. And then so you don't paint anymore. And I think that's tragic. Like, I think regardless of if you you think it's good. I'm sure other people probably think it's good. And even if nobody thinks it's good, as long as you do, then you're solid, man. You don't have to keep it forever. You could fucking throw it in an incinerator. You could give it to a homeless person for free. Like, hey, man, hawk this for a couple bucks if you can. Merry Christmas, you know? But I think getting out there and doing the thing is really important. But you have to enjoy it as you're doing it, too. So, like, if you don't enjoy painting, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. Maybe you try it and you find you really do like it. You know, always give things a second or a third go. But yeah, if you genuinely don't enjoy painting, you're not gonna have fun doing it. You're not gonna create anything that's worthwhile. You're right. It's just gonna be, you know, this is something I did because I felt like I had to. You know, I felt like I don't even know. Why do people do things they don't enjoy doing? You know, not job related, right?
I mean, I don't think they do, you know. It's like people that don't enjoy going to the gym generally don't work out that much, you know. People
Right.
that don't like are find a way to enjoy the process of it, you know, they don't enjoy it as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to like making a piece of art, like I think for me, I just like I never started as such, and so now I'm like, oh, I'm way too fucking busy. I have a podcast. I'm like fucking house hunting. I'm just got married. I have a job that I'm trying to progress at and get better at. That's you know, sales obviously. So that's more what's that called? Like an orator skill. You know, like my like competitive advantage or comparative advantage, I'm not sure which one is obviously with my speaking and the way that I can articulate myself in a thought or steer a conversation in a certain direction, blah 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 blah, and the ability to move somebody that way.
Right.
But damn, dude, I've seen some art that's just like, fuck, I get it. Like, I'm willing to pay a lot of money for the way this thing, looking at this, makes me feel, you know.
Right.
And I'm at peace with the fact that I don't think I'll ever have that ability because I'm not willing to do the work. Like if I seriously, you know, I was like, you know what, fuck my job. I'm gonna live off my disability. Fucking live off my missus. We'll move into a trailer park. And I'm just gonna fucking paint, dude. I'm gonna spend all my money on. Maybe I'll make my paints. You know, the cheapest way. I'll find like burlap sacks and like I don't know, make my own canvases.
Right.
I'll raid a potato farm. Whatever. My point is that even if I completely reoriented my life around becoming like a painter, I still don't think fast forward 20 years that I would ever paint something that's like renowned as like, wow, this makes me feel something like incredible.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong though. I don't know. I mean, maybe if I did do that, if I just imploded my life and I don't know, turned into a crazy hermit man,
Yeah.
stealing
moved
local
to
sacks.
Yeah. Moved to Nepal, steal potato sacks from the poor farmers down the road and create your own canvas to make. Yeah. Interesting medium, dude. I think you would have some pretty wild art come out. You know, especially if you spend the next like 10 years just meditating and not talking to anybody that speaks your language. Yeah, you'd probably create some pretty crazy stuff. I've often thought about that in the sense like me and Curly are fairly certain one of us is going to die before the other. It's not going to happen at the same time. And so what does the other person do in that situation?
I think that's how most people die, dude.
Right, but like distance, you know, like long time, you know, a lot of people when they pass away when they're old, their partner's not far behind, maybe a year tops. But I reckon if something happens to me, I think Carolee might just die from sadness because I'm so perfect. That's not true. But if something happened to Curly, I don't think I would die from sadness. I think I would just be so distraught that I would move to like Nepal, just sell all my shit, go to Nepal, live in a monastery for the rest of my life, and just trshut in. Become super good at meditating. Maybe like do like some transcendental stuff and like spiritually travel to see people, but just stay in Nepal. I'd show up in your dreams. You'd be having a wet dream about like, I don't know, Monica Lewinsky, fucking pagan Bill Clinton, and I would just be in the window like, hey dude, what's going on, man? How's it going? Hey dude.
I'm kind of in the middle of something, bro.
Hey bro, hey, just checking in on you, seeing how you
are. It's interesting you said. Have you ever heard that? I'm gonna make these numbers up, but essentially, with most old people, when the wife dies, the husband is generally not far behind, like 6 months to a year. They're done.
Yeah.
When the husband dies, women typically go on to live, like 6, 7, 10 more years. And a lot of that has to do with, or at least the theory that I've heard that makes the most sense is that women are better at like building a community and like building connections with people, whereas like an old man is just, especially from like the boomer era, is just like, you fucking go to work and then you come home and then you hang out. Your family is the most important to you, and then when all your kids move out and all you have is your wife and she dies and you don't have any fucking friends.
No.
Or if you do, they're like estranged, or like you're not that close with them. You don't have that good of connections. Then you just die.
Yeah.
But women are better at maintaining connections, like long term, I guess, or that they're more likely to follow up with a friend. Like, hey, just pick up the phone, give you a call. How's it going? That's the theory that I've heard, at least. That makes the most sense to me. But I think I agree with you.
I've definitely heard that theory too. Sorry, continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I think I agree. Like in my own relationship, I've thought about this, and I'd be all right, dude.
Yeah.
Janie dies.
It sounds pretty
right,
heartless, doesn't it? But I mean,
no, dude. I'm gonna be like I know enough about life to understand that. Yeah. I'm gonna be really sad, but I know that like time heals all wounds. I can go fucking hang out with my boy. I don't have to go to fucking Nepal, dude. You're not going to fucking Nepal. You're going to Denver, pussy.
I don't know, dude. I might just go to Nepal, man. I heard it's pretty nice there in the summertime, bro.
You're not going to fucking Nepal, bro. You're just going to come to Denver and we're going to smoke weed till one of us dies. Until the other one passes. And then we just repeat process.
Yeah, we just keep dying. All of us just smoke, die, smoke, die. I don't mind that, as a retirement plan, just move back and then, just smoke until I die. Which kind of goes back to the assisted suicide point, which is I think people should have the freedom to do that.
Yeah, there should be a wait. There should be a wait period, though, huh? Like, because if you're just like your wife dies, you're super sad. You're just like, fucking kill me. I don't want to go on. I don't know how to make dinner anymore. They're like, all right, here's a cookbook, and like, if you still feel that way, come back in 2 months, dude.
Right. Well, that actually reminds me of this business idea I had ages ago.
No business idea. All right, let's hear
It's
it.
an awesome business idea, right? So you remember a couple of years ago, I was like listening to about, and I was like, oh, dude, I want to become a shaman. Do you remember that vaguely at all?
I think you've always had like a guru-esque-ness to you.
It's true. It's disgusting, but true. So I had this idea, right? What if we set up like not a commune, but like a retreat up in the mountains? All these little cabins or yurts, dude. We set up a bunch of yurts, right? And people that are terminally ill, or people that are dealing with family that are terminally ill, they come and we do fucking heaps of psychedelics in the woods, right? And just like guide these people through like life and death and help them come to terms with the cycle of life and whatever that means for them, regardless of what their religious beliefs are. It's still like there's pathways to bring like understanding about how it all works and peace about it. Oh, what's my battery sitting at? Okay. And so that was my idea, is like you have this retreat center where you come out, you stay in the woods, you have different activities to do throughout the day, which includes like counseling sessions, talking with people that are understanding, people talking with people that have dealt with loss and stuff like that. And rather than assisting people in suicide, helping them to take away the pain by ending it, right?
Okay.
We help them to live better while they're still here. And if they so choose, then they can still go through with the assisted suicide thing. But at the very least, at least they're now at peace, and so is their family member that's, or whatever, right?
I think in a culminating ceremony, like a capstone of sorts, it all leads up to the big day. The big day is when you make the decision, and then we just go out. We go out to a field, and there's a berm, and you have a line of, then you pick a side of the line. Hey, which side of the line you want to be on today? You got to pick one. And on one side of the line is you line up to be shot, and the other side of the line you do the shooting. So
Okay.
You know what? I choose life, but then immediately in that moment to recognize the gravity of the choice you made, you have to kill another person.
Right, the ones that chose not to live.
Yeah, but like it's cool. You're doing them a favor.
Yeah,
unless you're a terrible shot.
Oh well,
then...
that's the thing. Is like, are we gonna have like a shooting qual before? So we're gonna get everybody trained on how to shoot.
No.
And then, oh no, just let them go crazy.
No.
Okay. Wow.
No, it's like a random day, and it's just a firing squad. Like I guess we'll make it automatics, So like at least
right, so they can just
if someone does get shot in the ankle, the odds are they probably also got shot in the head.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So like old people say, there's a granny with a walker there, right? Like a Zimmer frame. Are we gonna let her use it as a arm brace, like a mount? Can she set the barrel of the rifle on there and use that, or she got to hold that shit?
I would ask her to hold it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, if you wanna feel alive, lady,
right.
I need you to feel the full recoil.
Yeah.
Of what you're doing.
I want your shoulder to pop out of its socket, okay? It's gonna be great. Trust me.
She fucking picks the fire. She's like, okay, yeah, I guess. She's like, I choose life. Fucking whinges her arm way out, and she crawls over to the dying side. She's like, please shoot me. I can't. It hurts so much.
It's too hard. Oh.
And I'm like, nope. You chose life today, Janet. Get your fucking old ass up, bitch, and get back on the bus. We got a new group coming in today. You need to clear out your bunk.
Yeah. She's in like a yurt with 7 bunk beds all jammed in there. And they're all trying to like walk sideways, but they can't because their hips don't work anymore. Oh my god, that's
I fucking drop a bill on her forehead and spit on her. Like, hey, enjoy. You're welcome.
A silver dollar.
Yeah, man. I think you're onto something with this business idea.
I know, dude. It's a great one, right? It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Did you want to cut there, dude? My battery on my computer's down to like 20.
Yeah, let's cut her, buddy.
Right.
I love you. Thanks for informing us about Sasquatch today. And yeah, dude. We will probably get high and do the broach after this, because we are both in legal states for marijuana.
Fuck yeah, we are, dude. This is gonna be a good brooch. I think I'm gonna find
Yeah.
an extension cord and connect my computer to it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
All right.
boy. Hey,
All right,
everybody,
love you guys.
We love all of you so much, dudes and dudettes. Thanks. I love you, dude.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I love you. I love you. Everybody's. It's all love.
Love, big love.
Goodbye.
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 Sasquatch loves you.